Good evening. My name is Sarah Pouls, and I am your student's literature of comedy teacher for this semester. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about me so that way you can get to know who I am, the course goals, types of assignments we'll be doing this semester. I'll explain our grading practices, and I'll walk you through Canvas. So first, just a little bit about me. I attended Augustana College for my bachelor's, where I received my English education degree, and I have a minor in theater. So I enjoy comedy quite a bit, as well as the tragic, but comedy is much more fun for me. So I'm hoping that the kids will get as invested in it as I am. I earned my master's degree in written communication from National Louis, where we studied a variety of different practical applications of writing, including where comedy comes into play. This is my 7th year at LT and my 8th year of teaching, and I'll be teaching the Literature of Comedy course alongside the dual credit writing course. And then second semester, I'll be switching from the dual credit to IPC. I used to teach freshmen, so some of your students I may already know, and if so, welcome back. A little bit about me, some fun facts. I've been reading Harry Potter since the books came out, so if your kids are Harry Potter fans, I'm the teacher they want to talk to about it. I really like memoirs. I've recently read Amy Schumer and Trevor Noah memoirs, which are both a really good blend of storytelling and comedy. So if your kids are looking for any books to kind of get them into the comedy scene, those would be good recommendations. As it comes to music, I have a very wide range of tastes. I grew up listening to Metallica in my father's car, but I also really like Broadway musicals and more classic rock. My current obsession is Hamilton. I did get to see it before it left Chicago. And I'm also a huge Foo Fighters fan. They were actually the last concert I went to before COVID hit. Some of my hobbies and my interests, I enjoy watching Marvel movies. I recently picked up hiking. Throughout Illinois, there are several hiking trails that I hadn't known about before. I really like the Chicago Blackhawks. I've been to a couple of their Stanley Cups parades. And like I said, I enjoy going to performances and shows. Some fun facts about me. I do look the same as I did when I was a senior in high school. I've already told your kids that when they return to school, whenever that may be, that they will most likely confuse me with one of their peers. So just to keep an eye out. I started fostering dogs a couple years ago. Our current dog is a foster that we actually adopted, I believe, late May. Late May it is. And we actually stopped after we adopted her. I'm left-handed, so I tend to smear things across the page. So what's nice for me about remote learning is I get to type everything, so there's no smearing issues for the kids. What else do I do at LT? This is my 7th year coaching on our speech team, and it's my 2nd year as our head coach. It's one of the things I look forward to doing after school every day. I love getting to know the kids and getting them comfortable with their own voices. So if any of your kids are interested, have them reach out. Some of our course goals. So obviously this is a comedy class, but humor isn't just about getting people to laugh. We want the kids to understand that it's an important tool. So our overarching goal or focus for the entire semester is to get the students to think about comedy as a lens of power. So what does it have the power to accomplish? And we look at it through these 4 different units, using it as a means of escape, overcoming adversity, building relationships, or influencing and persuading people. We're also going to be placing emphasis on analysis and creation. So the students will be actually writing a lot of their own comedic pieces, but they'll use what they've explored in each of these units to create those items. Some of our assignments, we're going to be doing some journaling and discussion within breakout rooms. So that way the students will still get a chance to work with each other and talk to each other and get to know each other. Writing their own comedy, they will move into more individual writing as the semester progresses, but we firmly believe that comedy needs collaboration in the early stages, especially if your students are new to this type of writing. There will be reading in class, both in and out of class. We have our first textbook of the year. We are looking at The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And then as we continue, there will also be comedic independent reading. We'll take a look at comedic performances where the students will analyze and apply comedic terms that they've been working with. So we'll look at movies, TV shows, some stand-up, commercials, cartoons, etc. Our grading practices, we have two categories in the gradebook, formative and summatives. Formatives are what we consider to be practice. We do want the students to take them seriously, even though they don't impact their grades, because these are the things that build to those summatives. These are the assignments that the students will use to kind of indicate where they would fall on those summatives. They're using skills that we're practicing with. So they'll use reading checks, they'll have some drafting and revision, they'll have some specific assignments that we'll do both in and out of class to help them practice with those skills. And the practice is really what we value. We want the kids to take risks, and we don't feel like the students should be penalized for those risks. That being said, those summatives are those unit projects and essays where they will take those skills and apply them. And that's really where they get to basically show off everything that they've learned throughout that unit. All summatives can be revised as long as they have kept up with those formatives. So I've been encouraging all of your students to be making sure that they're keeping up so far with our checks on our vocabulary unit. This is what our Canvas homepage looks like. It is the starting point for each of your students' classes every day. But this is what our homepage looks like. You can see our Zoom link at the bottom. There's a reminder there that the students must always be logged into their LT Gmail account. They won't have access to any of the materials or the Zoom link if they're logged in elsewhere. From here, all of our course materials, their home would be under modules. And as you can see, our modules is going to be divided by week. On the very top, I will always have a calendar for them so they can plan ahead if they need. And then everything else is broken up by day. I have your kids during 8th period, which means I only see them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Mondays are those 35-minute class periods, and Wednesdays and Fridays are those 75 minutes where we do broken up activities throughout. But you can see that there is that calendar, and then all of the materials that they will use are posted here. I know that some students would prefer to take notes and type them. So I've been putting up note sheets to help kids walk through our lessons, but they also have the option to handwrite if they prefer. The other thing that I've posted is the reading schedule for our upcoming unit on Hitchhiker's Guide. And in that link, there is a link to the audio version. I know students sometimes would benefit from hearing it read aloud, so that is an option for them as well. Ultimately, I'm just really looking forward to getting to know your students and having a great semester. So if there are any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at my email, spouls, Pouls, @lths.net. Thanks.